I'm Kevin Shaw, and you're watching the Watercraft Journal. The advent of the 2021 Yamaha SuperJet was a long time coming. With growing environmental pressures coming down on the previous two-stroke, Yamaha's engineers, particularly project manager and multi-time IGSBA world champion Scott Watkins, knew that for the stand-up ski to survive, it would need to evolve.
This has been something that we've been working on for quite a while, and for 2021 we have introduced Yamaha's first ever stand-up four-stroke watercraft, the 2021 SuperJet. It's completely new from the ground up, and what we really were trying hard to do here is to make a four-stroke have the similar DNA as our older SuperJet, which is what everybody loves about stand-up riding, is the agility, the lightweight feel, and we've been able to pull that off with the new 2021 SuperJet.
Major considerations were given to maintaining the SuperJet's lightweight and nimble size. Because in a world where competitor skis fought tooth and nail to win races, the SuperJet just wanted to have fun. Development on the all-new SuperJet began as early as 2006, yet it wouldn't be until the 2016 model year that enthusiasts would get a glimpse of what Yamaha had in mind. Replacing the dated MR1 4-cylinder in Yamaha's VX line was a new featherweight 1049cc triple cylinder called the TR1 4-stroke. This all-new TR1 engine was reconfigured the next year for the EX series, receiving a lightened flywheel and coupler combination, a redesigned exhaust manifold, and a new muffler. The EX's jet pump was also unique, particularly when compared to the model year 16 V1 pump. The EX 144mm pump weighed 1.8 kilograms less and featured a redesigned shaft bearing, combined impeller housing and stator, and completely eliminated the pump bulkhead. With the right powertrain in hand, the next step was developing the right hull and deck. A vacuum-assisted resin transfer molding fiberglass hull and deck was shaped to counter the added weight of the TR1 and its 5-gallon fuel cell, all while retaining the ski's soul. The final result is a ski that is 69 pounds heavier, 7.5 inches longer, 3.2 inches wider, and 5 inches taller than the outgoing two-stroke. But before those numbers begin to overwhelm you, understand that Yamaha's 2021 SuperJet is 142 pounds lighter and 8.8 inches shorter than its competition, with a dry weight of 375 pounds and a total length of 6 feet 9 inches.
Some of the things we've done with the new SuperJet to keep it lightweight is a new ultra lightweight hood. It's a composite hood, very lightweight, keeps the center of gravity low. Also, by adding the aluminum arm pole, the twin tubes, keeps this very, very lightweight arm pole. Once again, keeping the center of gravity as low as possible throughout the whole craft. The engine is the TR1 3-cylinder engine, and it has a lot of torque and a lot of power for this stand-up. It's in the mid 50 mile an hour range, and the acceleration is right there. One of the first things ever in a stand-up is also what we call L mode. And what it does is it allows the rider to reduce the overall performance, top speed, and acceleration to about 80%. This is a great feature for first-time riders or people that want to learn how to ride a stand-up and not have the full power right off the bat. The new SuperJet has a 5-gallon tank, and also something that's new for a stand-up is an electronic fuel gauge, which is right down at the base of the arm pole, so you're able to monitor how much fuel you have left at all times while riding, which is great because the older stand-ups you actually had to stop and take the hood off. So by utilizing the smaller 3-cylinder TR1 engine, Yamaha is able to keep the weight down to only 69 pounds more than the previous SuperJet. It's about 7.5 inches longer than the previous SuperJet and a little wider, which makes it more stable and easier to ride. Overall, this package is 142 pounds lighter than its closest competition and almost 10 inches shorter. So the experience is completely different and completely still holding true to the SuperJet DNA.
The 2021 SuperJet fulfills all the promises that a 50-state legal, emissions-friendly stand-up can make, and all with an MSRP of $9,499. Producing just over 100 horsepower, the SuperJet's TR1 engine delivers immediate throttle response with a linear torque curve that provides plenty of punch without violently pulling your shoulders out of socket. And for newcomers, the engineers developed an optional L mode that detunes the TR1 to 85% of its power output, dropping the top speed to 40 miles per hour. Otherwise, the more daring among you can push the SuperJet to a blistering sustained top speed of 54 miles per hour. Not a bad way to celebrate the 30th anniversary since the first SuperJet hit markets. The duality of increased dynamic stability, intuitive cornering, and even static stability is all found in the brilliance of the new SuperJet's hull design. Building from the innovation first made with the 2008 redesign, the 81-inch long hull features a flattened keel flanked by pronounced edges. Beginning early, pronounced strakes increase into vertical runners, providing major gains to straight line stability and predictive tracking. Interestingly, the vertical strakes hollow into inverted coves, giving the SuperJet added suction to the water's surface. On the outboard, the same strakes are tiered, giving the stand-up a sharp outside chine from which to carve a tight corner upon. It's these angular through lines that give the SuperJet its sporty ride, feeling like half the ski of its 409-pound size. The pump is fed by a semi-open top-loader intake crate and rides upon a very race-inspired ride plate that features an extended and angled shelf. It's this pitch to the ride plate's lip that raises the SuperJet's bow, placing the ski's pivot point squarely midships. As a larger, albeit less talented rider, we found that the SuperJet preferred my weight on the forward foot instead of back. The more forward I leaned, the more responsive it felt. The SuperJet strikes a solid balance of steering input and body English to execute a turn confidently. In fact, the further back I stood, the more the nose bobbed, particularly under 25 to 30 miles per hour. Being what we'd call an experienced novice rider, we had our share of get-offs. Thankfully, the SuperJet doesn't coast a nautical mile like its contemporary, and swimming back to the tray wasn't such an arduous task. The redesigned tray is wide, padded, and lined with HydroTurf. There's a small relief in the center, what Yamaha calls an integrated reboarding holder, that is supposed to act as a hand grip for reboarding. Instead, we found that the best method for reboarding was placing our hands on the gunnels directly under our shoulders and pressing the SuperJet down far enough so that we could tuck our knees into the tray. Then, with a quick blip of the throttle, we were back on our feet in seconds. The gunnels can get slick when they're wet, so trying to pull yourself up on your elbows can be a chore. If we were to make any changes to the SuperJet, it would be the addition of some padded traction mat to these and maybe even a 1-inch thick kick wedge from HydroTurf, just to give a little extra forward lean. Again, low and forward is where you want to be. As expected, with an all-new machine comes new technology and features. A small digital gas gauge is found at the base of the handle pole and shows the fuel level and when L mode is activated. An adjustable, lightweight, aftermarket-inspired handle pole is capable of extending 50 millimeters or 2 inches in length. The race-inspired handlebars include an adjustable steering cable system that can be set at either 16 or 19 degrees to increase the ski's turn angle. Although the throttle response of the unbridled TR1 is super crisp and the acceleration is face-stretching, we found the L mode is just as enjoyable. Romping on the gas through turns was just as exhilarating, and ringing it out wide open just isn't as violent as the other 4-stroke skis we've ridden. Again, we're no professional rider, and we're certain many of you will be perfectly at home with the SuperJet's natural setting. What is most important, and what we see as the most appealing aspect of the new SuperJet, is its commitment to deliver a true, physically challenging athletic riding experience, all while being fuel efficient and environmentally superior to its predecessor. If there was one machine to invigorate a new generation of young, athletic personal watercraft enthusiasts, it's going to be the 2021 Yamaha SuperJet.
So while keeping the DNA of the SuperJet, Yamaha was also able to create a new experience by things like adding L mode and the hull design as being a little bit wider, a little bit more stable. The learning curve actually has been reduced quite a bit. So the general population should be able to go out now and feel what it's like to ride a SuperJet in a stand-up watercraft and get that real true feeling of what that's like and not have to go through the big high learning curve that they had to in the past. So it's something that is very challenging, very athletic, it's a great workout, and so much fun to ride.
I'm Kevin Shaw, and thank you for watching the Watercraft Journal. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. It definitely helps us grow. And if you'd like to learn more about this or other personal watercraft, please visit www.watercraftjournal.com, where new articles are published every day, Monday through Friday, entirely free to you.